Hey folks, welcome back to the Talos Principle. We're here to unlock the gate to Temple C. We're not going to go in just yet, but I want to get this flashing green pouch in the upper left taken care of. We do have, however, a fun little terminal here, so maybe we'll check that out. Okay, so... let's see if we can figure this out. Looks good. Okay, so C is unlocked. Let's check this terminal. So we have two locally cached resources. The Poetry Archive, one from 1667 describing heaven, and one from 1793 describing hell. Let's start with heaven. The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. What matter where, if I be still the same? And what I should be, all but less than he whom thunder hath made greater. Here at least we shall be free. The Almighty hath not built here for his envy, will not drive us hence. Here may we reign secure, and in my choice to reign is worth ambition, though in hell. Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. I have heard that phrase before, although I haven't heard the entire poem here. But the sort of point I think that the poet is making is that while we're alive, the world is what we make of it. Interesting. Okay. Let's read hell.txt by William Blake. The ancient tradition that the world will be consumed in fire at the end of 6,000 years is true, as I have heard from hell. For the cherub, with his flaming sword, is hereby commanded to leave his guard at Tree of Life, and when he does, the whole creation will be consumed, and appear infinite and holy, whereas now it appears finite and corrupt. This will come to pass by an improvement of sensual enjoyment. But first, the notion that man has a body distinct from his soul is to be expunged. This I shall do by printing in the infernal method by corrosives which in hell are salutary and medicinal, melting apparent surfaces away and displaying the infinite which was hid. Huh. So both of these guys seem to be saying things about like hell is something that can be used, something that can be manipulated to improve life on Earth. And eventually, it's the flip side of the coin of heaven, so in turn it will become heaven. I'm not entirely sure about that. I'm not sure what to make of either of these, to be honest. They're a little bit esoteric for me. But it sort of doesn't matter. We can read them and enjoy them and not really fully understand them and make our way back to the Bee Temple. Okay, so we've got B6 to do and then B7, I think. And fortunately, last episode we found those stars in B4 and B5. So I think we're all caught up. We're up to date on all of the areas here in the Beta Temple. So yeah, we've done everything in 1, everything in 2, everything in 3, everything in 4, and everything in 5. So, on to 6. There's no star here apparently, although I suppose it's possible one can be hidden without being on the signpost, but looks like we have 3 symbols here. Red bar, yellow T, yellow L. Let's see what Area 6 is all about. Okay, well, for one thing, it's brightly lit. I appreciate that. We've got our terminal here. The network is inaccessible, so we're stuck with locally cached resources. We have another Osiris text here from sometime BCE. Let's read that. I guess this will continue the story of the dying man and the scribe. But why, the dying man said, do the gods put all these challenges before us? Why the walls of iron and the gates of light? Why the abominable demons guarding the path? Why must our heart be judged to be as light as the feather of Mot? Why is the road to Aru so difficult? The scribe considered these words. Some say that once the paths to Aru were open, but too many sinners came, and the gods made the paths perilous to keep sin at bay. Others say that, being mortals, we cannot be worthy of Aru unless we walk the path of Osiris, and so become Osiris ourselves. There was a footnote here, but it's it's corrupted. But I believe that Aru could never be reached elsewise, for like the mountain path must be steep, the path to Aru must be fraught with peril. As steepness and mountain are one, so are peril and paradise. They are inextricable, they create each other. This actually ties in well with what we just read at Temple C. This idea that these paradoxical, opposed ideas, these binaries of light and dark, peril and paradise, are twins, the same side, different sides of the same coin. They're tied to each other, inextricably linked. You can't have one without the other. We do have two footnotes here that aren't tied to the text. The first says, there's an interesting parallel to this phrase in the penitential Psalms. Okay. And then here the scribe appears to be speaking of Osiris something something, meaning the soul of the deceased, not the god himself. Yeah. Okay. But this we've seen over the past few texts a continued idea of opposites and their binding to each other, which I think ties into our idea about what it means to be conscious. It's both the result of a functional system and a mystery that can't be explained. Maybe. Not sure. Okay, we have another resource from the Literary Archive, 1759 CE, Choice of Life. The whole assembly stood a while silent and collected. Let us return, said Rasselas, from this scene of mortality. How gloomy would be these mansions of the dead to him who did not know that he should never die, that what now acts shall continue its agency, and what now thinks shall think on forever. Okay, so this is a discussion of the dread of immortality, of the illusion that man wants to live forever, but the reality, and lots of philosophers have pointed this out, that living forever, like truly forever, not for 1,000 years or 10,000 years, or even 1,000,000 years, although 1,000,000 would probably be a horrifying torture, but to live forever, he would eventually come to envy the dead. This, we have an additional something here. Archive 1759 CE, Samuel Johnson, error 556. Homage to you, Osiris, Lord of eternity, King of the gods, whose names are manifold, whose forms are holy, you being of hidden form in the temples, whose Ka is holy. All the gods praise you, for you are the something. Those that lie here stretched before us, the wise and the powerful of ancient times, warn us to remember the shortness of our present state. They were perhaps snatched while they were busy, like us, in the choice of life. Yeah, life is short for a reason. Don't let it get away from you. Don't waste your life. You only get one. And then lastly, we have RE Progress Report 16.eml. From Aurora Calvin to the IAN mailing list. This is extremely worrying. If the link doesn't work, the whole project will lead to nothing. The hardware team must recheck everything ASAP. In response, guys, stop panicking. Look at your code again. In fact, look at line 217 in datatransfer.c. What are those two symbols just before the code? That's right, the code actually initiates the transfer, and it wasn't running. I'm guessing you were testing something yesterday and forgot to decommentify it. The hardware isn't broken, your brains are. Love, Aurora. Somebody left a bug in the code and then panicked. Okay, well, there's our terminal here in Area Beta 6. I suppose we can check out these QR codes as well. I seek words to describe it but fail. It is the overwhelming feeling that something on the edge of my understanding is very, very wrong. I feel that I'm not meant for this world, but I am not able to conceptualize alternatives. A corrupted name version 0.0.0666N. So the number of the beast is worrying, and the fact that the name is corrupted. Could this be a very, very early, I mean, the version number is super early, a very early beta test or alpha test? An AI that was put through the system to test it, but didn't have enough self-awareness or self-consciousness to recognize that the whole thing is fake, that Elohim is fake, that the MLA may be fake, that everything here is a design meant to test us, to guide us towards something. We have a reply here. I'm a computer program. You're a computer program. Elohim's a computer program. Get over it. Heisenstein, version 60. We haven't met him before, but he's responding to this AI that didn't understand what was happening. And maybe this came like thousands of years later, this reply. Could be. Could be, depending on how long the archive has been running. All right, let's check the corners. Let's make sure we're not missing anything obvious. Okay, and out into the world we go. What do we have here? Not much to start with. So for red bar here, we have 2 more QR codes. What's more pathetic? This shallow construct of a world, this idiot's playground? Or that I continue to solve its contrivances for lack of better sport, Dog V55. QR readers, see what the others have to say. Okay, I guess I got an achievement there. There's more to it. Look at what we're doing. We're solving problems, being tested, improving ourselves. Some of us fall early and get replaced, but you and me, we're still going. We're closer to the end. Sheep V6. Yeah, you've got the right attitude, Sheep. I hope you did make it to the end. I feel bad for Dog. He was kind of a troll at the start, because I guess he was probably having an easy time with the puzzles. And he was mocking the others, and now he's like... Now he's been at it for so long that he's questioning, like, what's the point? I solve a puzzle, and then there's another puzzle. I solve that puzzle, and then there's another puzzle. It just goes on, and Elohim spouts his nonsense for me from the sky. The MLA tries to get me to admit that I'm not what I think I am. It's all too much for him. He's running out of steam. Okay, let's do this first puzzle. Red bar. Egyptian arcade. Okay. Egyptian arcade. That's our hint, or our clue. All right, we've got some patrollers here. We need to jam or block them. We should remember that if we can stop them or put something next to them... Well, no, for them we'd have to jam them because they'd blow up if we got close. But we can have them carry a box for us. And or something on the box if we need it. Okay, so we've got a patroller over here. He goes... These guys are going back and forth. I don't think there's enough width for us to... Yeah, I'll check this here, but I don't think there's enough width for us to get past this guy. Yeah, okay, there's not. That's okay, that's okay. It was worth testing. So we can't get past them at the moment. We've got another guy in here. We've got a door we need to find keys for. We do have a pathway over here. Okay, and we have a jammer. All right. So, I think we use the jammer to... I think we lock him there, and then wait for his brother to get right next to him, and then we can just go past them. And then we have another jammer, so we can lock them both. Okay. Let's get this. Okay. Now, I think we unblock him. We reblock him. Whoa. Oh, that's not what I intended to do. Hold on. I wonder if we can make these guys blow each other up. That does let me get this. Hold on, let's get them together. I don't think there's anything else we need back here. So we've got 2 jammers now. All right. So we can get through here. We can block him. Actually, we probably want to bring this through. Come over to the other side. What do we want to do here? I think we do need to block him. Okay, now I'm a little stuck here. How am I gonna get through this? I guess we do it like this. And then, okay, he should get bumped by his brother, right? And go back. Okay, so that's something. We don't need to block the door here. Oh, that's fine. Okay. And we can get out. Let's do it like this. Hold on. We need to let him move a little bit. Hold on. No, I need him to be sort of halfway through. Okay. Now we come over here. Block them again. We can move this back. We can get through. Take our jammer. Okay. So now we can go through the door. And we can take our 2 jammers through, right? Looks like we've got that to jam at least. We do have a QR code here. What does this say? This whole world's a desert. Even the parts that look alive are just more sand. Everything's dead or dying. Anyone who tells you different is lying. Yeah, dog's getting more and more unable to deal with the unfortunate reality here. Okay, we've got both of those blocked, but there's one more. Let's see, can we squeeze through here and find something? No. How are we meant to do this then? We only have 2 jammers. I guess we can go underneath this one while the other 2 are jammed and come check this out. Here we go. All right, very nice. What did that turn off? All of them or just this one? All right, well, puzzle solved. I guess now we just leave? Yeah, there's no way to get a jammer out that I can see. We may come back and check this out later if we find a star. There's no star listed, but I suppose there could be one in this level and just not listed. Let's check out the next one here. This is going to be a yellow T. Just look around real quick. Yeah, it's a pretty small level. Just I don't see much else really. There's just the 3 puzzle rooms and then that's it. I guess there was the terminal back there. And there's some QR codes lying around, but it doesn't seem like much. Okay, this one is just doors and windows, using a connector to get a yellow T. Let's see about this one. Okay, red light gate, red light gate. We can see there's a connector there. What else have we got? We can go around, then we've got this central square here. That looks like the outside. We do have a light source and a connector there. Okay, so. Curious. Okay, so we have the one connector here. We can connect that to that. If we place it correctly. There we go. Okay, that gets us in here. And there's an escape here. That's interesting that there's an escape. We can maybe move that so that we can... Yeah, we can see that. And get in here. Okay. Get the third one. Bring it out. Now, wait a minute. What are we trying to do here? There's another one there. Can I see either of them here? I guess we don't need this open anymore, do we? I don't think we do. Yeah, there's no reason we need this in here. So let's take this. Get out. Now, we don't need that one open either. So all we really need is the first light. We need to open this one now. Okay, so let's take that. Okay, let's reconnect this. All right, now we can get in here. We've got two connectors in here, I guess. Huh. Why would we need this open? What's in here? Oh, that's the piece. Okay. So we need to connect to that to get the piece. What else do we have? I thought maybe there would be a secret back there, but no. Okay. Well, can we just do it? We have two connectors, right? So like we connect this one here and just put it down, and then we take this one. Oh, I see. We have a problem. Okay. Is there any way? Huh. Oh, we can sort of see that one here if we move it around a little bit. Yeah, we can kind of see this one. Is there any way we can see it? No, I don't think so. Well, through there, maybe. Yeah. Okay, through here. We can see it through here. Let's see if we can reconnect this so that it connects to those two. So, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Yes. Okay, that works. But then we only have the one left. We can see that. That's almost right. No, we're blocked a little bit. Can we move this further to the right? Yeah, we can. We move it all the way back here. And connect it like that. There we go. Okay. All right, not as complicated as I feared. We're through to the piece. That's good news. This drops to let us out. That's what the ladder's here for. Okay. All in all, not that tough. And then the last one here. I'm wondering if there is a secret star hidden that's not listed, but I guess we'll find out later when we need to... How many stars do we have? 15? So there's at least one back in Alpha, which means we have 6. So if there are 3 more plus 1 in the local kind of wooden gate barricade, that would suffice. I guess we'll find out later. All right, so here's a yellow L. We're gonna be using a connector. This is Crisscross Conundrum. That's a pretty good name for a puzzle. So I mean, I think we can already tell what the problem's gonna be, right? We're gonna need to find a way to get some beams past each other somehow. We can see we've got a blue light, we've got a red light. What else? We have one connector and a second connector locked behind here. So the red one opens here. So this is the easy part. We click this, put it down, get inside, go get the other one. And now we have a problem, which is that we can't cross the... Wait, where did it go? We can't cross the beams, but hold on. Before we talk about crossing the beams, we have to talk about getting this gate open, I guess. What else do we have in here? Oh, this one. Okay. There's some height here. I think that's probably important. I think that'll come into play. For right now, we're just going to do this. And get the last connector over here. And then we can go all the way around here, I guess. This takes us back to where? Back to the entry? Oh, here's the last connector. Okay. So with that in hand, now we have to figure out how do we get the blue one open while keeping the red one open. So I think we can retrieve some of these now. I think we don't need this anymore. And we don't need this really anymore. So we've got 3 to work with. If I come up here, let's just stick this here for now. Let's see if I can get this to work. So if I come over here, where can I see that? Okay, that's not gonna work, but with one more we can do it. There we go. Oh no, it's not quite right. Okay. So we're too close here. We're too close, even though we're aiming up, we're too close. Can I move it any further back? Like if I place this all the way at the back, does that look like it? It looks like it goes over. It's not quite in the right place. Hang on. Get this. And then place it way back here. Now that looks like it goes over the red beam, right? See, it is elevated, but for some reason it's acting like they're crisscrossing. I guess it's too close. All right, so the naive solution's not going to do it. We have to go around the beam. That's what it is. Okay. So we have to use one of these to go around the beam, and then we just open it directly. So we need the red one. Yeah, okay, hold on. And then this comes around back here, right? And then... Didn't we have 4 of these? I thought we had 4 of these. Where's the 4th one? Hold on. Where did I drop the 4th one? Where did I leave it? Oh, up here. Okay, I thought this was part of the solution, but I think now it's not. So we want to connect you with you somehow. We need to get around, though. That is not going to work. So the idea is, right, we do something like this, and then we somehow get around behind it. We only have 2 to work with, though. Or no, we have 3. But this one has to be where it can see that. So that one has to be there. Hold on. Can I make this work? If I move that back, I can, I think. Or maybe over. Yeah, this should do it. There we go. Okay. Well. There we go. That's beta 6 all done. Right? We did all 3? Yeah, I guess that's it. We may come back and look for something later, but for now we're done. Right? Yeah. Okay. So on to beta 7. Where's beta 7? Over here? Yeah, okay. And then there's the locked gate there. And the Stargate there. So again, we have the 15 we need to open one of these, or the one back in A. But I don't want to do that until we've technically earned the stars in each area. So until we've earned all 10 stars in Temple A, I don't want to unlock Stargate A. So I guess for now, we just head to beta 7 and wrap up what we can do here, and then we head up to Temple C. Okay. So there's 2 stars and 4 sigils. Let's go. Okay, so another... Oh, we're actually at the pyramid here. So would the... What's it called? The Sphinx be nearby somewhere that we could see? Or is it far, far away? Not sure. All right, well... Let's start with the terminal and the QR codes, and then we'll go check out one of the puzzles. Okay, we have a network connection established. Decrypting secure message done. It's me again. Yeah, quick tell me the word. That's suspicious. We don't want to say that. He already probably knows we shouldn't talk over these terminals. Let's just do what we can. Let's get what we can out of him, whoever he is. What happened? Don't know how long we have. Must type quick in case something happens. The word is faith. Pending. Error. Network connection lost. There was a problem with your request, Administrator. It was flat out unreasonable. Why persist with these enquiries when they are so hopeless? I'll tell you what, if you promise never to access the communications portal again, we'll say no more about it. Are we agreed? What do we do here? I'm not sure if this is a trap or... They said that faith was the password to unlock the entire archive. MLA has been kind of roguish, but not directly harmed us. It hasn't really lied to us. It's just been kind of like taunting us a little bit. And Elohim has called it the corruption, the devil, the snake, the serpent. But is that coloring our perception of it? Do we distrust it because of that? After all, if we have two sides of the same coin, right? If we have opposing forces, Elohim and MLA and Milton, they're two sides of the same coin, the same thing that was meant to guide us or test us or something. I'm not sure how to respond here, to be honest. It hasn't lied to us as far as I can tell. Not in an obvious way. Its entire existence may be a deception, but I don't think it's told us a lie. If you promise never to access the communications portal again, we'll say no more about it. Well, I'm not going to do that. I don't think I'm going to lie to it, and I don't think I'm going to give it the password, so we'll say not a chance. In that case, I think I've changed my mind. Not only will your communications access be restricted, but your typing privileges will be totally revoked. Do you have any final words? This is interesting. I think he is bluffing. He can't do that. Because it's a violation of the intent of the entire simulation. I don't know if we want to use this here or not. I think it's a bluff. So we're going to say, as if you dare. Huh. Do you realize I just gave you two separate opportunities to use the code word you were giving under increasing pressure and you refrained both times? Tell me honestly, why? Yeah, I wasn't sure what it would do. You mean to say you actually considered the evidence and formed a skeptical view of it? It's almost as if, no, I'll say it, you're learning. Now, if only we could get you to extend that level of cynicism to the world at large. You were quite right not to trust that information. Go on, for bonus points, tell me why not. Ooh. Because no one here can be trusted, because you were pretending to be the other person, because it was too good to be true. So my real thought was this one, that the entire thing we were talking to wasn't real. We didn't know. This didn't occur to me. This is probably true, but I don't want to embrace it. I hope we can eventually find someone we can trust. Like I think we can trust the QR codes from the other AIs. But I think this is the reason we didn't really want to use the code word. We weren't sure. Well, no, I wasn't sure if I could trust that person, but mainly I wasn't sure if giving the code word to the MLA, like it seemed like the MLA was trying to get the code word, right? It interrupted the last time we had the communication. It seemed like it was trying to learn it, so I didn't want to give it to it because I don't trust it. But this was one thing that did occur to me, whereas these other two don't really fit. So I'll say because you were pretending to be the other person. Close enough. It's perhaps true that I exert slightly more power over these systems than I previously let on. Yes, okay, I made up all that stuff about communications portals and network errors, but you, my friend, you didn't buy the guff you were being peddled. You passed the test. I'll tell you what, you've done so well, and I've done so much talking, that I'll give you one free question on the house. But choose wisely. What'll it be? Ooh, okay. What am I? What is your name? We don't know if he'll tell us the truth here. But again, he hasn't directly lied to us, I think. This meh, close enough, suggests he wasn't actually the other person, or maybe it was a child process or something. What am I? What is your name? How is this place related to the human world? That's super interesting. What happened to the person I was talking to? What are you? How do I get out of here? What's at the top of the tower? I don't care to question you. We can find this out on our own in time. I think we know the answer to this. This is kind of interesting. How is this place related to the human world? This is the one that most appeals to my curiosity. How is the world that might come to be related to the one that actually does? You could theorize about what might otherwise have happened, but no amount of knowledge can build a bridge from the actual world to a possible one. Likewise, we can learn from the human world, but it is not our own. It's been said that this world was built for a purpose by those in that world, but After extensive research, I can tell you that there's no mention of such a project in the library. There's no evidence they had such capabilities. No one can agree what the purpose would even have been if there was one. Are you satisfied? If that's the best answer you can give me, if that was really on the house and you answered honestly, then yes, I'm satisfied. You don't know the answer. We have a speculation. How is the world that might come to be? That's how he describes our world, the world that might come to be. Very interesting. Related to the one that actually does. No amount of knowledge can build a bridge from the actual world to a possible one. Yeah, theorizing is acceptable, but there's no proof unless they gave it to us, unless they left it hidden somewhere. There's no mention of such a project in the library. There's no evidence they had such capabilities. No one can agree what the purpose would even have been if there was one. You know what? I am satisfied. As if I particularly care either way. So look, here's the rub. Feel free to access the library. No better cure for broken beliefs, realizing everyone's got them. You can ignore me entirely. You can climb to the very tip of that madman's tower and drink from the golden nectar there. But once you understand that you and I will be stuck here together for the duration, do come back and pass the time. Be seeing you. Wow, very cool, very interesting. As we approach the end of area beta here. So we do have now 3 locally cached resources. I think we'll read the BCE one first from the EG source, Osiris 21. This is probably the end of the story. Or no, we're in beta 7 now, so this is probably the end. So, hearing the call of the morning birds as they greeted the dawn, the scribe spoke. At the end of your journey, when every trial has been completed, when all the gates have been opened before you, and your soul has been weighed in the tower of Anubis, your Ka and your Ba shall be reunited, and thus shall become you an Ak, and awaken in the eternal reed fields of Osiris. And there, in holy Aru, you shall begin a new life amongst the gods and other blessed spirits. And who will I be? The dying man asked. You shall be the memory of all that was, and the knowledge of the journey, and the shape of the days to come. Thus ends the tale of the dying man and the scribe. Praised be Osiris, the foremost of the Westerners, the king of eternity, the lord of everlastingness, whose Ka is holy. Something something error. That's the end of the story. Okay, we also have we have a web crawl from November of the first year and a Norwegian Blue email from October. I guess we'll check out Norwegian Blue. From Rob McLean to the IAN mailing list, subject Norwegian Blue. Hi folks, I'm sorry to say that a few hours ago I experienced the first symptom. I'm going to work until the end of the week to make sure EL is in perfect condition, but after that I'll be going back home. I'll remain reachable via email and phone for as long as possible, but I'm confident Satoko can deal with anything that comes up. If you want to do me a huge favor, spare me the drama tomorrow, okay? I love you all, but I don't have the strength for sad smiles and hugs. The best remedy for sorrow is to get the job done. And now for something completely different. Cheers, Rob. Link attached, dead parrot sketch. Yeah. Now for something completely different, that's a catchphrase from Monty Python, and Dead Parrot sketch is one of their most famous sketches. So it does seem like it's not like a solar radiation burst or something. It seems like it's an illness, a pandemic that's killing off. It must have something like, 100% fatality once you catch it. I imagine they implemented, safety protocols, but people are still getting it. Or maybe everyone's already infected and it just has an incubation period of years. I mean, that would be the only way to explain 100% fatality, is if it's spread silently throughout the entire population. Even then, you would think there would be like some isolated tribe in the Amazon who never contacted anyone. But I suppose if it's spread by, other animals, mosquitoes, parrots, rodents, what have you, snakes, I suppose it could have spread everywhere. But I'd really like to know what the scenario was that was gonna kill all of humanity and drove them to this. Norwegian Blue is also the name. I think that's the species of parrot in the sketch. So a couple of Monty Python references there. And then we have chat log 9787. Lana123. So I think, what's the point, right? Omar. Yeah, I keep thinking about my aunt. Have I told you about her? Lana. I don't think so. Omar. She's super rich. Like, she drives around in a ridiculously expensive sports car and she goes on vacations to the Bahamas. She has a huge house that feels more like some sort of corporate HQ than a home. She worked really hard to get all that, but she also screwed over a lot of people, including her own family. I used to be quite angry at her for what she did to my parents, but now I think, what did she get out of it? She and her husband are always fighting. Their son became so obsessed with money that he ruined his own family. I mean, yeah, they have everything I always dreamed about, but they can't enjoy any of it. Lana. My grandfather was like that. Omar. And now, at the end, what does any of it mean? If you have all the money in the world, but you die alone and unloved, what did you accomplish? I don't get it. I just don't. Yeah. A reminder that you only get one life and you should choose wisely, right? Choose wisely. We've got some QR codes here. I found just one voice of reason in the computer archive of all places, and it seems we're becoming close friends. Dog. Do not befriend the serpent, for it will penetrate your breast and sow its seeds of doubt. One with faith. There is no hope. Always boxed in. Walls everywhere. Even where there seems to be freedom, it's false. Invisible walls. No way out. Who invited this guy? The other guy, version 99. Huh. Okay. Well, we're running a bit long here. We finished 6 and came to 7. We read the terminal and the QR codes. I guess, I don't think we have time for a puzzle really, but maybe we can go listen to one of Alexandra's time capsules. That's Sputnik in there. Interesting.
On the first night, when I knew it was over, I went out to look at the stars. And I thought, somewhere up there are the stations we built and the probes we sent out. Voyager 1 and 2, beyond the edge of our solar system, continuing their long journey through interstellar space, like memories of our ambition, ambassadors who have outlived their homeland. And then I thought, if they still exist, are we really gone? If machines are an extension of the human body, then so long as they continue to function, we're still here.
I mean, it's a Pollyanna-ish view. I think a lot of people would be angry at her, saying like, what does it matter if some dumb machine is floating through space forever? We're all gonna die. But if it motivated her to create a world that came after, I still think there's something beautiful about her, the way her thoughts flowed when she faced her mortality and the end of all things human. All right, well, I think that's going to be it for this time. We have a lot to do here still. We've got a bunch of puzzles and 2 stars to find. But I'm going to take a break here. When we come back, we'll get started on all that work. And we'll see what else we find here in Beta 7 as we close out our second world, or second temple, and move on eventually to the third. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.